There are some things that we plant in the garden just for fun and for food. They do provide us with nutrients, but then there are some that we plant intentionally for their medicinal purposes, and one such is the susumba. How well the susumba is doing. My name is Marie if you're new here, and I'm going to give you a walkthrough and share some of the vegetables and fruits that we plant for their medicinal purposes. One such is the cucumber. Now my husband has digestion problems because of the hours that he works and because he has to eat so irregular, and so he has problem digesting his food sometimes. Now, he took so many over-the-counter prescribed medication for this condition, and none of them seem to be working long-term. But cucumbers, guys, cucumbers fix that for him. If he's having any problem with his digestion and he eats a piece of cucumber, that's the end of it. He sleeps like a baby. And that is the reason why I always try to have cucumbers. This is one that we plant just for food. It is loaded with iron. When green like this, especially in the skin, so if you can consume the skin, it is loaded with iron, and it has a lot of starch. It will fill you up. But this is one that we plant because we enjoy to eat bananas, whether it be ripe or green. So let's move on. Our callaloo, we enjoy it, but this is loaded with iron and so much more. And this one, the red one, has a lot of antioxidants in there, and we enjoy it. Also help us out nutritionally. That goes for most of our leafy greens in the garden. We plant loads and loads of them. Our mangoes, we just love those. You know, fruits provide us with a lot of vitamins, and it's just so good. Corn is another thing that we plant for. This is a survival food, guys. This food, you can eat it when it is green and tender. I think I need to harvest some of these. Let me see what's going on in there. But if you plant enough of it, see, this one is quite ready. If you plant enough of these, you can store them dry, and then you can use them, turn them into cornmeal. You can make porridge with them. So many things. This is a survival food. So not just for the nutrients that it provides, but you can have this when it is that the garden is not producing at its maximum. Peppers. This is cayenne pepper, and we plant this. I sought out cayenne pepper when I was trying to lose weight off of my belly, because my family gained weight from the stomach first, and so that's the reason why I planted cayenne peppers to help me to burn belly fat when I exercise. That's one of the main reasons, but this is super good for your blood. And this is not professional medical advice, just a disclaimer. It's just what I plant them and use them for. This is extremely good for your blood and for your heart health. This is strawberry we have growing right here. I think that's the one that needs to be harvested. Look at the size of this one. Guys, I have to bag them from the birds. Can go a little longer, I think. This can be eaten, to be honest. There are more in there coming along. Beautiful. Now this is filled with vitamins, and we plant it because we enjoy it also. But it is rich in a lot of nutrients that our body needs. There is one that is hidden in there from the birds, perfectly ripe without a bag. It's doing fantastic. We have loads of those red callaloos, and as I said, I'm not going to go into depth with, it's not a garden tour, so I'm just sharing some, not all, some of the vegetables that we grow for not just to eat, but for the health benefits. Like peppers. All peppers are good for you. It warms up your blood and keep it going through your vein easily. So all hot peppers are good for you, but cayenne pepper is especially good. Going through, we have more corns and more callaloo Guys, lovely banana back. This banana the fingers on there seems to be bigger than the one up top. Look at that. It has less hands on it, but it seems as though the soil in here is richer. Or maybe because it's the only one producing at this time. Papayas. I'll get into papayas when we get up to the next plant. Lots of benefits as well. Alright, let's move on. This is a sweet pepper. Not sure if that provides us with any particular medicinal benefit. We just love sweet peppers. Here is another cucumber. And this one is an Armenian yard long. This I'm convinced I can't even get it in frame. It's more than a yard long. No, it's not. But it is super long. And it tastes really good. Actually, it tastes better than the regular cucumber. It's a little sweeter. More bell peppers. This is good for digestion. Now I'm just remembering peppers, the sweet ones, are good for the gut as well. Now beetroot is another one that is good. It's rich in iron, and we eat both the leaves and the tubers that they produce. Is really rich. This is another one good for the blood and anemia. If your blood count is low, which mine was, I use beetroot to build up my blood count. Now beans and peas are a very good replacement for protein in form of meat. If you don't eat meat, you can enjoy your beans, and that will fill you up with a lot of plant-based protein. Sugar is always good for you in moderation. Look at these lovely peppers. These are hybrids. These are a mix between the red Scotch bonnet and the chocolate habanero hot pepper. They were close together and they just made that for me. Let us move on. Tomatoes are starting to produce right here. That's awesome. Carrots, guys, another thing that is good for your health, especially for eyesight, for blurred vision and so on. You know, I'm getting up in age, and eventually you use your eyes and they're tired and weary. This is good for that. Checking if there's any pineapples coming up. Not yet. Here we have more beetroot, and these I need to harvest. So I plant them in succession so we always have some to eat. And if they're not ready, we can eat some of the greens in the meantime. So another thing that we plant for food, high in starch and fill you up. Not sure if there are any significant medicinal benefit from cocoas and dashings. Plant plenty of those. But I know if you eat them, they will fill you up properly for a long while. More bell peppers. These are starting to do really well. And of course, more of this is callaloo. Now okra is very good for you guys. Extremely well, and it is a natural lubricant, especially for us ladies. It's very good for men too. And this is why I plant it, and we always have okras producing in the garden. How can I forget my pineapple? Pineapple is especially good for females too, and our reproductive area. It is really good, and it tastes extremely well. Tastes so delicious. So we love planting those. Ginger is another very good thing for digestion. I planted this especially for digestion. It tastes really good. I will put it in almost all our drinks, but for digestion, this is one of the main reasons why we planted ginger in the first place. I'm trying to plant more of it. I'll show you shortly. Another peas, we try to plant as much peas as possible. This is gungo peas. As I said, it can replace the protein from meat in your diet. Love it. And then of course all our herbs. I did do a video on herbs, going into details with all of their medicinal benefits. If you've not seen that video, please check it out. So these were all planted intentionally. Let me quickly, this is Cullen mint, and this is good for digestion. This is spearmint, digestion too, among others. This is leaf of life, your respiratory system, everything respiratory system, their cold, coughs, everything. And this is Cuban oregano, both of these basically the same benefits as the other mints here. And this is lemongrass, good for fevers and so much more. Over here we have onions, and onions serve so many different purposes in the garden. Pest control. A lot of these things are planted intentionally. I got a comment on one of my videos that the person love what I'm doing, but I need to be more organized. I should plant all of one vegetable here. That is not smart. In gardening, if you have a disease infestation on your lettuce, if all of the lettuces are at once, but you lose your entire crop. And companion planting is important. You want to have plants that help out the other plant close to each other. So it's not smart to plant everything in one location. So my garden may look a mess, but it is intentional. I plant this way for a reason, and that is why the garden is always doing well. And so that is why it looks a mess, but it serves its purpose. More survival food, full belly food, blood food, and here is our digestion medicine again. Doing well. I need to harvest some of these, because once these little things fall off, the seeds start to develop, and my family do not enjoy cucumbers with the seeds in. So we have harvesting to do right here. So this is intentional. I need to plant some more. And in there I have turmeric, very good as well. This was planted intentional. This is good for cold, it is good for the stomach, it is good for the skin. Turmeric is just an all-round, all-purpose medicine. Got cucumbers right here. More fruits for enjoyment and for vitamins. I did a video on cabbages and their benefits. You can have it cooked raw, in juices. So many health benefits. I plant those for. That's very intentional. Now I'm into fruit trees. This is a blood orange, and I planted this intentional also because this is red. The juice from this is red like the pink grapefruit, and it has antioxidants. And usually we know orange for vitamin C, the amount of vitamin C that is in orange. This also has antioxidants, and that's what I want. So that is why I planted those. Lettuces, you know, we planted those for the same purpose. They enrich your blood and keep you healthy and strong. And so yes, no, at first we planted papaya just for the flesh. Now you guys, I know the seeds are great for the gut, for digestion. It literally cleans the walls of your intestines, but I just can't eat it. I'm enjoying other roughages in the meantime until I figure out how to eat. No, I have swallowed a few seeds, but I don't know if I swallow it in the quantity in which it will help me. No, look at this, guys. I have okras here to plant out. They're still in their little pots that I sowed the seeds, and they're producing okras. I don't know how that's possible, so I can't even move them again. I'm just going to eat these little okras. That's ridiculous. That's not a word, guys. More bell peppers, diamond bell peppers and stuff there. It is raining a little bit, and I'm loving it. I need to get out of the rain though. More greens and stuff that I planted for that same reason. Oh, this bell pepper is dying. I don't know why. Look at that lovely head of cabbage. As I said, I did a video on cabbages alone where I gave you all the benefits. Please check that out if you've not already done so. Ooh, And my squashes. It's beautiful. So a lot of the things we plant them intentional. So my little butterbush squash is ripening. Normally this ripe to a bright yellow color like, or brown. Whatever color that is. We have more beans. Look at these beans. Oh my word, we need to come harvest, guys. Look. This is another yard long thing. Like the cucumber. This is the yard long bean. Just like string bean. Ooh, this one. I'm going to save this one for seeds. I need to save more seeds. I'm going to do that. This is Kentucky Wonder bean. I like beans. Our family love beans. I try to grow a lot of it. And it's vining up. No one seems as though it's budding. Cabbage. Of course. Guys, yes. This is quaco bush. And I've been searching for quaco bush to plant in the garden because growing up, this was our antibiotic cream when we get a scratch. We used to just pick the leaves, rub them, squeeze the juice from it and use it to dress the wound. Use it to put on your wound whenever you get a scratch off knee, a scrape. And we also use this for stomach problems. Whenever our belly hurts, our parents used to squeeze this in a piece of cloth and give it to you to drink with some salt, and it would fix that problem. No, it is growing in my scallion pot. I'm going to harvest these scallions and I'm going to allow it to grow. I'm going to put it in a bucket or something so I always wanted quaco bush. Guys, let me know in the comments if you know about this bush and if you've ever used it. Can't believe it. Another beautiful cabbage. Rosemary. Oh, this, I definitely planted this for its medicinal purpose. This is good for almost everything. This right here. Mental health. This is good for colds and coughs and fevers, and this is just an let me know in the comments the other benefits, guys. You know, some of them escaping me right now, but rosemary is good for everything. This is parsley, another herb. Let me know what parsley is good for, guys. I just plant herbs. Look at this bean. This bean is doing crazy things right here. Look at that. I need to harvest these today. I need to harvest them. This is a butterbush. It's a butternut squash, but it produces in a bush style. It doesn't vine very far. Look at beans. This one is going to be seeds. Yes, yes. Carrots. More carrots, guys. More carrots, more peppers. These are hot and sweet peppers. I can't tell you which is which yet because I lost the labels. So when they produce, I'll let you know what is what. Another susumba. And I planted a lot of, what's this again? Marigold. So that the whiteflies will stay off of the peppers. And it is working so far. For the whiteflies, the aphids still come. But I get rid of those with soap water. More scallion. And more carrots. And beets. And of course, more cayenne peppers. Of course. Guys, remind me to pick up my corn. Oh, my little cherry tomatoes are ripening. Beautiful. See? The two little cherry tomatoes, they're ripe. And we have more susumba, guys. I'm going to harvest those as well. I need help harvesting some food. I have a breadfruit tree here that I need to plant. More peppers. These are hot peppers. These are Anaheim chilies. Hot, super hot. And here is our East Indian mango that we planted together. And back there are more ginger. We planted those. See my food scrap bucket? We're going to use that soon. These are, and then in there I have some beetroot because I didn't see the ginger growing. So I sowed some beetroot and here comes the ginger. Peanuts, more protein, plant-based protein. Food. Planted those for food. That's the purpose. Look at this Black Beauty eggplant. Oh guys, so you asked me if I ever thought of buying ladybugs, and I told you there are plenty in the garden. I kid you not. If you look right here, can you see that? That's a ladybug eating the aphids. So we do have ladybugs in here, but they're competing with things like the stink bug that you see right there. So we have quite a few ladybugs in the garden. Guys, I've never thought of buying any insects at all, whether it be ladybugs or praying mantis, because they just append up on the garden without me. Maybe because we're so close to the woods, we get them free. Look how my tangerine's stretching out. Yes, beautiful. Awesome. Passion fruit has so many benefits. I'm going to do another video on it, because I did do a video on passion fruit only to share the benefits, the medicinal benefits, and the history behind passion fruit. But when these start ripening again, I will do another video, because those seem to be lost on YouTube. So please stay tuned for that. Coconut, I planted this intentionally because of blood pressure, and I will do a separate video on that as well. And whenever we have that sort of issue, we buy coconuts. I'd like to grow my own. Yes, we love watermelon, so we plant it. Not sure, it does have a lot of benefits, but I won't tell you now, because my brain is not telling me right now. Wow, look at aphids. I need to come through and spray. But there are watermelons coming on. All of the plants are producing. Here's another fruit, and here's a bigger fruit on this plant right here that I'm seeing aphids. So I'm gonna have to come through later with my soap water. I don't use the soap water in the mornings because it might burn my plants. Corns, belly full food, survival food. I have them everywhere. The person asking, why you plant the things all over the place? Because that is how they survive with all the pests we have to contend with. There's another watermelon right there. So yes, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me for this video. Oh, this plant, we don't plant it. I'm gonna do a video on it soon. It's porcelain, to give you all the benefits and why I keep it around in the garden. There are so many other things that I plant for their health benefits, but I'll have to take them on one at a time. So please stay tuned to the channel. If you're new here, please stick around. We have plenty in store for you. And thank you for those of you just joining, and for those of you who are just subscribing, thank you. Thank you for sharing the videos, guys. I appreciate you. The word is getting around, and we're just planting up Jamaica together, and I'm so pleased and proud of you. All of you who started your garden, continue doing so. We're going to fight the pests together, the diseases together, but at the end of the day, we'll be enjoying nice healthy food from our amazing gardens. Thank you, guys. Please remember, like and share the videos. Subscribe if you've not already done so. All right, to my members, God bless you. Thank you for the contribution. My viewers and subscribers, you are invaluable. Thank you, guys, and take care for now.